is up, all the peeps? Welcome back to a Bloody Viking Gaming. Bloody here, hanging out with some Boundless, another game series that we've been working on. I hope y'all guys are doing great. I'm doing great. I'm having a good time playing this game. We are currently in the depths of a cave exploring. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subbed yet and you're enjoying the content, number one, make sure you sub. Number two, make sure that if you like this video, you drop a like. Also, don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter to get all the announcements for the YouTube channel. And if you want to catch a stream sometime, check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/a bloodyviking. Moving on, we are currently working to gather some resources to do some crafting. But the main point of this video is to talk about, as you can tell, about the crafting system as a whole. So the first thing I kind of want to talk about is the tools that we're using for crafting. We're just going to jump right into it. So as we learned in one of our previous videos, we are using tools like wood and stone tools. We have the hammer, which is used for stone things. No, I'm not using it right now because I ran out of them. Oh, look. There's someone walking around outside. I hope he doesn't come in here. I kind of like this. I want to do it solo. We have wood and stone tools. We have the axe. We have the shovel, and we have the hammer. Hammer for stone things, shovel for dirt, and the axe for wood. Now, one of the things that I'm kind of noticing about this game that I kind of want to address are some of, the balancing for this game. Now, a lot of people talk about balancing in reference to like shooter games. For example, a lot of people are in the Destiny community are talking a lot about, skill-based matchmaking and the balance of certain weapons, how pretty much you can't be successful in the Crucible or in the competitive terms of that game unless you are using a high fire rate pulse rifle and a shotgun. And that has to do with balancing. For games like this, a lot of people don't think about balancing, but for a survival game, for a game that has a lot to do with gathering resources and has a lot to do with crafting and using tools and things like that, the balancing really comes into play when you're talking about what tools you can utilize for what job and how effective they are at that job. Now, one of the things that I really want to talk about is the balancing of those tools in this game. I think I came this way. Yes, I did. I came from up there. All right, we're going to leave a torch over here so that we know where to go and how to get back up. Because we're kind of like out on a limb here, and I'm kind of running out of tools a little bit. But I think we'll do okay. And we already covered this. Yeah, we already did this spot. And there's another cave here, and there's another cave here. They might connect. This might be them connecting. Yes, it is. All right, cool. Oh, that's it? What? I was so prepared for this to be amazing. Oh, man. Anyway, let's do a little bit more exploring, but I'm going to keep going with my little talk here. So, one of the things that I feel is unbalanced in this game is the crafting and tool making system that they use for... Oh, let's get his torch up here. Gonna go over there. Man, these don't give off a lot of light. The tools that you use in this game take a certain amount of time to craft. Now, the wooden tools don't take any time. They just kind of appear. The stone tools take 3 minutes to craft. So you literally just have to sit and wait for the tool to craft. I can totally understand if maybe there's a certain amount of time needed to craft maybe something like, the workbench or a door or a wall or things like that. Absolutely 100%. But I'm a little frustrated by how long it takes to craft a tool, and I'll tell you why. Because the time spent crafting that tool, like I said, it takes 3 minutes. Where are you going here? Let's place one of these. It takes 3 minutes. Are you going to do it or you're not going to do it? You're not going to do it. Okay. It takes 3 minutes for you to craft a stone tool. Now, I went out and used all the tools just straight. So I went out and I used a hammer on some stone and just held right click and used it until it was broken. And I did the same thing for the axe, and I did the same thing for the shovel. compared to the 3 minutes it takes to craft, it only takes 4 minutes of constant use to actually break one of these tools. Now, some people are like, yeah, okay, well, whatever. You're not going to use it all at once, all the time. Well, you might, because I needed so much wood to be able to craft more tools that I did end up using an entire tool, the durability of an entire tool, just in trying to gather enough resources to make a bunch of tools, which I think is kind of broken. It should not be that hard to craft these types of things. The other thing about that is that if you think about it logically, you have now utilized the entirety of a tool, like its entire purpose is now done in about the same amount of time it took to make that tool, not to mention how long it takes to gather the resources that you need to actually make that tool. So that's just one thing, in my opinion, that this game needs to adjust, that they definitely need to improve, because of the fact that it costs so much and takes so many resources to make the tool that you can't even utilize for an extended period of time. I think that's a big issue in this game. And it's one thing that I just wanted to cover in this video because I think it's important. You look at big like survival games like Minecraft or maybe Ark Survival Evolved, which is kind of a different type of survival and crafting game, but still utilizes those gathering and crafting resources or engines, if you want to call them. And you get a lot more out of the tools that you're able to craft in those games. And I think that if they, the developers want this game to be a popular option for fans of that game type, of those sandbox survival and those crafting games, holy cow, you just scared the bejesus out of me. Because I thought you were one of those. Oh, crap. Okay, we're going to take our space. We're going to get our sling bow out. Let's go, Spitty Dude of Doom. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, crap. No. What? Oh, he juked us. What? He juked us again. We can't juke him, though. What the crap? Oh, we're gonna die. Bet you're gonna die. Let's go. Why are we not hitting him? Wow, the flight time of these arrows is slow. Okay, killed him. Nice. Nailed it. So anyway, peeps, I wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to talk about the balancing. Because I think it's important, and I think it's something that definitely needs to be addressed for this type of game. So we've been out here. I've been playing for a couple of hours. These Boundless videos take so long to make because of the fact that it takes so long to find the viable resources. I mean, you saw that little cave that we went down in. There wasn't much down there. I mean, there was coal, which is a cool thing, but it's really a resource that is only used as like a fuel for smelting and refining other metals. There was a lot of copper, which is also useful, but I could not find the metal that I was looking for. So that was kind of disappointing. I looked around a lot for those type of resources, and I just couldn't find them. I did also find some of the tech modules, but that is something that only is in one block groupings, and so that was kind of a little disappointing too. So I know that part of it is just kind of learning the game, learning the mechanics of the game and how the designers have made it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to just poop all over this game and say, yo, it sucks, because it doesn't. It's a really cool game. It's a very beautiful game, and I really like a lot of the things that the developers have chosen to do in the game. But I definitely think that the game is evident of being in a development state. I just wanted to kind of touch on that. Alrighty, peeps, we are back, and we are back at base. One thing I do want to tell you, we spoke about last time the beacon plotter. That's what we spoke about, right? And we talked about the fact that I was not sure how we go about like adding the plots and adding the places that we can build on, and where places like won't reset, right? So when I logged back in, I looked around and everything was as it should have been. I still had my crafting bench. Wait, this is the crafting bench? Crafting table. I still had my furnace, which is very good. I still had my crafting bench, which I moved over here and all this stuff in here. And I came up and my doorway was just blocked a little bit. So I came out here, and in a recent update, they changed this, I think, because it didn't do this last time. If you are adding plots, if you are adding areas where it will not change after you like log out and things won't respawn, it turns green if you want to add that one. If you're going to add that one. So these ones are white, they're not turning green. We already have them, right? We already have them. If we want to add it, we can do so by selecting whichever block is green, and the blocks that you choose are adjacent to plots that you've already set. So we're going to leave this like this for now because you only have a limited number to work with. So I just wanted to give you that update. If you want to build and you want your stuff to remain the way that you built it, you need to plot. You need to like reserve the plots basically. And that's by doing the right click. I'll do it over here. This one's already taken, as you can see by the cloudiness, but the green block over here is gonna, show us, okay, you can add one here, or you can add the one that we're currently standing in. So I just wanted to let you know about that. The other thing that I kind of wanted to show you, which I think I may have in the last video as well, this is our furnace. So we got a bunch of copper and unfortunately no metal. So if we put this in here and we also put our soft coal in here, we can then start doing and making our copper ore. It uses less fuel when you have copper than when you have wood. Where's our wood? There's a trunk wall. That's not really what we're looking for. But you guys get the picture. And our copper's in here. And so it will work on this now. Now, I think the last time we did this, the copper was taking about 1 minute and 15 seconds to finish one piece of copper. Now it's only 30 seconds. So that's a drastic improvement in time. And that is kind of one thing that I'm still kind of coming to grips with, I guess. Because when we go into our bench like this, you can see these are all the resources that we have in our crafting table. When you make something like a tool, or you want to make the stones, it just takes so much time to be able to craft these and utilize these resources. And it's honestly, it's too long. It's definitely too long. So I really hope that they kind of look into that, and they kind of look into, how can we make this more of a viable option for people trying to play the game. Now, where's that thing that I was... That's not a smart stack. Where's the thing that I was thinking? Maybe right here? Yeah. Tallow, that's what we want. And we can move this over here, I think. Right. Let's go over here. Let's make a couple more torches because we don't have any. Where are you? Basic torch. Stop scrolling. Thank you. Crafting queue. See, and that happens instantly. But a lot of the items that, you want to use don't. Now let's look at our crafting bench for a minute. There's some really cool options in here. Here's the copper that we had originally. I was pretty sure I had metal in here. Is there metal here? Where'd my metal go? I know I had metal. Let's take my ancient tech fragment out of here. Let's grab some of these. Grab this and this over here and that right there, and there we have it. Let's also go over here and grab a couple of these. I apologize if you guys hear the dog barking in the background. It's my sister's dog, and she's not very well behaved. So she's a work in progress. That's faux show. That will go in there. This is rocks, and that's stone. Okay. Let's see. Rock. All right, cool. So here we have a bunch of recipes. A cog is used for making, other types of things. So that only takes copper, right? There are all kinds of stuff you can make in here. All kinds of tools. Like here's our copper tools, right? We need fossil extracts for that. Now, I would really love to get into copper tools. But I cannot find any fossil extracts. That's kind of a bummer. Copper grappling hook. Again, we need the fossil extracts. copper sling bow. Now, obviously, you're probably like, well, dude, what is the difference? Well, my thought is that these tools and weapons, as you can see, copper sling bow, they're going to have higher durability, but what they're also going to have is like a higher damage profile. So that's going to be good. Don't we have ancient tech fragments? Wait a minute. We didn't put them in. Here we go. What? Wait. What was I just? Oh, wait a minute. What was I just looking at? Oh, now I get it. Because it's going to be at the top. Okay, so here's the extractor. You know what, peeps? I am going to do a little bit of research. Actually, you know what? Forget it. Let's just do it. Craft a single batch. Now, how long is this going to take? See, now here's the thing. It's going to take 3 minutes to make this extractor. Now, you might not think that's a very long time. However, you have to like sit then and kind of do nothing for 3 minutes. What if I needed this tool to gather wood? I don't know. Or to gather more stone to make more tools. It takes so long. And I totally understand that there's times for crafting. That's cool with me. But shorten them. Shorten them at least by, maybe make it 2 minutes, that kind of thing. That's honestly why it takes me so long to make videos for this game, because I have to sit and wait and basically watch some Netflix while I'm waiting for these things to finish. So it's just something to kind of bear in mind, because I don't want you guys to be frustrated by playing this game. Let's see, what do we need to, oh, here's a torch. Tallow and cloth. Now, how do we make cloth, though? That's kind of another thing. Trampoline, we need cloth for that. Trapdoor, we need a nail. Now, can I make a nail? Nail. Oh, Mr. Nail. You know what? How we make that? We make it with metal. But where did my metal go? You know where it went? It went into making the crafting bench. I forgot. I totes forgot. Rats. That sucks. Wait. Copper smart stack. No metal in there. Okay. All right, so that answers my question. Also, there's this thing called spark that I'm really not sure what the crap it does. I have no idea. So that we're going to have to explore a little bit and see what is up with that. So here's what I'm going to do, peeps. I'm going to go around. I'm going to explore a little bit more to see if we can find some more of the resources that we need for to be able to make, like, I would really like to find some iron. That's my goal, so that we can kind of make some of these things. How long do we have on this? All right, so I'm gonna also break out the extractor, and then we can kind of test that out and kind of see what that does. So when we get finished with that, we'll break that out. I'm gonna go searching. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna make this, but while I'm gone, I'm gonna make up some more tools. Then I'm gonna go searching for those other resources, and I will see you guys in a bit. And we are back, peeps. We are hanging out in the extractor. So I just placed it, and it worked the same way as the workbench worked, where you had to place all 4 pieces of it so for it to actually pop up and function. So I placed 1, 2, 3, 4 opposite our other kind of crafting area here. And when you go inside, you can see that I have my fibrous leaf smart stack. Now, I don't believe sap has anything to do with this, but we can take these out. We can use the fibrous leaf, and we can use the inky leaf in here. If we add the sap, our recipe number does not change, right? So we go in here, and we can do a fiber extract, and we can also do an ink extract. Now, I don't really know what that means. So what we're probably going to do is we're probably just going to do like so, and we're probably going to do maybe, I don't know, how many do we do of these? 3? I guess we'll do 3 ink extracts as well. Now, I assume that they have directly to do with crafting things, but it's something I'm going to have to do some more research on, so that's how that is working. I'm still waiting for my tools to finish crafting, and then once we get those together, I'm going to see what we can use these extracts for, these right here. And we'll take a look at that, and we will also hopefully take a look at something pertaining to some of those resources I was hoping to find while I was out earlier today. So just a quick little update about what we're doing. I will bring you back when we experiment with the ink and the fibrous extract, and I will see you in just a bit. Oh, phew. Don't scare me like that, dude. I will put it. That's it. You're done. You're toast. Don't even. Oh. What? Typical. Okay, peeps. So we are back. We have finished crafting up the ink, or I'm sorry, extracting the ink and also the fiber. Now, I went and placed those two things into my workbench, or my crafting table, and there were no recipes available. So it's the extracts are not something that you'll use with the crafting table. So that's good information. When I brought them over here to the workbench, I put them inside and 3 recipes appeared. So these are 2 potential, and these are what we can do. So the fiber crafts directly into cloth. And as far as I can tell, that's really all it crafts into. Each one takes 30 seconds to make. Again, we're working with that large time constraint. Kind of frustrating. When we, now let's see, the other items that we can build with the ink extract is an alphabet brick, which apparently is not ready, has not been designed yet, and a glyph brick. Any brick, ink extract, spark. We're running into that spark again, which we haven't discovered what that is yet, and also the crafting duration. So I'm assuming that the glyph brick and the alphabet brick are ones that are simply aesthetic, but we do have the cloth crafting up here. I'm just gonna wait a minute to see what we can use this for. Now, we did look in the crafting bench to use cloth, and we did find that we could use the craft the trampoline, I believe. So let's go in here, let's drag this into here, let's go back over here, let's do this like this, go to our recipes. Okay, so we have a buying plinth, which we don't really know exactly what that is. I assume it's for buying stuff. Selling plinth for selling things. A torch, which I am assuming is going to give off more light than the basic torch, and the trampoline, which we need timber for. So let's go out. Actually, wait a minute. Timber. Let's make one of these puppies. And it takes 2 cloth. All right, so we can make a single one. Let's see what. Okay, so our cloth is finishing up. Cool. Now, what else can we do here? Storage shelf. So we need nails, which we need, I believe, iron for. Glue, which we haven't really figured out how to make glue yet. And timber. Trampoline, trapdoor. Okay, that's nails. A door piece. We need nails. All right. Cool, cool, cool. We got that going for us. I thought there was going to be another. Didn't I make a bunch of them? I thought there should be 4. Maybe not. All right, so we have our trampoline making up. So that's pretty cool. So let's see. What else? Is there anything else we can... I mean, I'm sure there are going to be more recipes added if we add these types of things. Maybe not clay. Maybe here, and maybe we'll throw in some of these. No, I don't think I think we'll remove the ink extracts. Can we do anything with the light cube? No. So let's see, anything else? Okay, the extractor we already had. Copper, gold, iron. I'd really love to find some more iron. That'd be the greatest thing that ever happened to me. But we need the fossil extract. Now, I discovered that you can put a fossil into an extractor and get a fossil extract. I don't really know what that kind of entails. We're gonna make some more of these since we have the resources, and that's all we can do with those. I don't really know how to find a fossil. I've never even seen one. So I assume it's gonna be something that's gonna be like way down in the depths of, whateverness. So that is a thing. So where is our trampoline? Okay, let's go place this puppy down and see how it do. Okay. Let's put this right here. Sure, why not? Okay, so when you bounce on it, it makes you bounce a couple more times. Okay. Now, if you time it... Oh, crap. Did not mean to do that. If you bounce at the right time, you will bounce higher, but it'll only really let you do that like one more time. Interesting. Okay, so that's what that does. Now, the other thing that I want to check is what happens when we take our lovely trampoline and throw it back into our workbench. Do we get more recipes? Doesn't seem like it. Nothing new came up. Okay, so good to know. So I'm assuming it's something aesthetic, I guess. I don't really know. I don't really know what it's used for. But at any rate, peeps, that is all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed the episode. We learned a lot today. I'm sorry for the rant at the beginning, but I just really wanted to talk about, you know, the crafting system in this game. I like this game. It's fun, it's beautiful, and it's, for being in kind of like an alpha state, I think they're doing cool things with it, but there are definitely things that they can improve on. I think one of those things is the crafting system and like the time of that crafting system, that kind of thing. So at any rate, thank you guys so much for watching and for supporting our channel. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like. It really helps me out. If you haven't subbed to the channel, make sure you drop a sub. Also really helps me out. I would love to see the channel grow, and the growth is all thanks to you guys. No joke. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, make sure you check me out on Twitter at @BloodyViking. And if you want to catch a stream sometime, make sure you check me out on Twitch. I love you all. I hope you're all having wonderful days. And I will see you in the next one.